Okay, question number 2. The question number 2 that most clients call and ask me is, what type of hair do I need to get? Okay, this is really, really important because it's your taste. Okay, first. Okay, the actual, once you give me the in-depth as far as the curl pattern, what you want to achieve, what type of look you want, all that, then I can pretty much get you the texture down. We can get that. But then once we figure out the texture, then we have to go with a brand that both of us are going to be comfortable with. Now, first, with me being comfortable with it, I know that it's a great hair. For you to be comfortable with it, I need to convince you of the benefits, or tell you the benefits of the hair, and convince you that this is the right hair for you. Now, at the end of the day, it's totally your choice, because when you go to the beauty supply store, you're choosing your hair. You choose the hair. Sometimes they don't take my advice, and sometimes they do. But my point in giving them the advice is to say, don't say I never told you. That's the whole point. Okay, now with the texture, this particular time, I got the video out with the hair from straight to curly hair. And I actually have it in my head. I have it pinned up because it was a little wet. But this is the hair. It went from straight, and it was really bone straight. You can look at the tutorial. I'm actually doing a sew-in on that one. But it was really, really straight. And then when I wet it, it got really, really curly. Now, I'm interested to blow it out really, really straight. I'm just not, I don't have the energy to do that just yet. But I'm going to give it a few days, and then I'm going to blow it straight. Then I'm going to see if it get back this curly again, and then I'm going to see if it tangles after that, if it mats after that. And I am my best client. So I take the hair through a whole lot, just so that when you wear it, you know, I can see, I can recommend it basically. I'm not nervous that I put it in your hair and then you're going to call me a month and say, oh my goodness, it's tangling. And if you do call me within a month saying it's tangling or whatever, it's pretty much because you went and got your own hair. You know, you went off, you disregarded everything I said, and then you went out and got some hair that either was cheaper or you just felt comfortable with, but I have nothing to do with that. I guarantee my work, not the hair, but I don't want you to waste your money. I mean, I don't, in these times especially. So, first question is, the first question that I was asked the most was what technique. Second question that I was asked the most was what type of hair do I buy. So once we determine the texture, let's say, okay, I wanted a hair that went from straight to curly. I call this the convertible hair because I can roller set it, I can blow it straight, I can crimp it. Well, you saw if you saw my 5-style cut series, then you saw all the stuff that I did with my straight hair. So can you imagine if the hair goes curly and straight? I can do a million things. You just give me a chance. But anyway, so it's so much you can do with it, even just with the curl pattern, which I do a video on that, just the different products you can use to get the different cheese and different looks with curls. But overall, once you got your texture, let's say I want something, a convertible hair, then me as a hair extension is gonna give you a list of hair that I would think benefits you. But because you are a new client, or because you're not into hair weaving at all, probably, then I can't overwhelm you with a whole bunch of names. I'm gonna have to look at your needs, and then I'm gonna have to let you know this is what I suggest. Now, if you're a hair weave veteran, then you may have one in mind, which, like I said, is totally up to you at the end of the day. But it can't be said that I didn't refer you. So you can't call me back saying, oh, this hair did this, because you went out on your own and got a different hair. And even if I recommend one and you got a bad batch, because don't get me wrong, you can get a bad batch. It's highly unlikely, because that's just a rare chance. that you do, because I have nothing to do with manufacturing, you know. I'm just recommending. So once you figure out your texture, because there's kinky hair, it really depends on if you want your hair open or closed. I always tell my client, it depends on if you want it open or closed. You cannot put this in your hair if you have bone straight hair at the top and I'm leaving it open. Now you can, I ain't gonna say can't. You can, but what are you gonna do with the straight hair? You're gonna have to curl it every morning. You're gonna have to put rollers just in your part to match this texture, and then there's no guarantee it's gonna match the texture. It's just a lot of work. So to me, if you do a closing weave like I have now, then it's different. You can go ahead and just get whatever texture you want. But if you want an open weave, which is some of your hair left out so that you can have a part line, then you want to match as close as possible your hair. And you want to make sure that the texture is as close to your natural as possible. My first question, do you have silky type texture or do you have a kinky texture? If it's silky, and then I have to find out if you're Caucasian or black, because then you're working with something else too. Or what's your ethnicity. So I find out all that. And then I have you come in for a consultation, which you come in, I can see your hair, and then I can say, okay, you need this. But to do it over the phone is not good. Now, if you're going to close in, I don't need to see you. If you're going to close it completely in anyway, just tell me what type of hair you're looking for, and I can pretty much do everything on the phone. That's if we're just doing a closed in, sew in. But everything else, you pretty much need a consultation. So, I think I answered the question. I talk so much sometimes. I'm like, did I even answer the number 2 question? I think it was, what was it? It was, what type of hair do I get? Or what type of weave do I need? Then it's like I said, it's pretty much based on the first we do the textures, and then we base it on if your hair is open or closed, and then we go over other stuff, which the number 3 question is what's the length and what's the color, and you know, it goes on and on. But as far as the length, it's pretty much obvious. The 10-inch, I usually say stop top of your shoulders. Sometimes they go a little longer. Then the 12-inch is behind your shoulders. The 14-inch usually hits your bra strap, and then 16, 18 is longer than that. So you can tell just by knowing yourself. You can tell me what you want. I can't say, oh girl, you look good with some 18-inch hair, and you don't even, you want it to look as natural as possible, and your natural hair is up here. Then I'm going to suggest 10-inch, you know. So, and then there's some that want to go from here to here. I mean, I do it all the time, but I'm a hairstylist, so I can pretty much get away with it. But I mean, if you secure within yourself, do it. I go for it. And some want to look like it's naturally grown out. So it's the person and their personality. And usually when you come in for consultation, I can gauge that. But anyway, that's the answer to question 2. I think I'm going to make it through question 3 tonight. We'll see. Bye.